Let's turn to gender dimensions. In many contexts, in the EU, for instance, in European institutions such as the European Parliament and the European Commission, we see an underrepresentation of women. For instance, in early 2024, the European Parliament had 39.9% of female MEPs, while the new Parliament after the June 2024 elections will see a 38.75% of female members. The Erasmus Plus program is showing a stark contrast in terms of female participation. Erasmus Plus sees an important overrepresentation of women, or gender bias, in international mobility. This appears as a positive phenomenon, and we might expect that the overrepresentation of women would contribute to changes in gender imbalances in the future. Nevertheless, there are some significant issues with political dimensions relating to discrimination, equality, and equal treatment that still remain relatively little discussed. Female students are more prominently participated in non-STEM areas, being STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, whereas STEM is still predominantly male, even in societies known for gender equality. Hence, more in general, there are few female teachers and professors in STEM areas. In some cases, there are clear signs that the STEM disciplines remains dominated by all boys networks, which makes it very difficult for women to make a scientific career in these areas. Erasmus Plus could importantly contribute to rebalancing gender relations here. Today, the Erasmus Plus program has, however, only a very small number of projects on gender issues. In 2017, estimated around 1.2% of the whole total amount of projects. The EU strives to improve education, achieve great equity, and promote diversity. We know, however, little about the gender dimensions of participation in Erasmus+. Existing Erasmus Plus projects have, for instance, looked into the attractiveness of STEM areas for women, understanding better the involvement of women in STEM and female entrepreneurship in science and technology sectors. Important questions remains to be addressed. To what extent does the Erasmus program contribute to gender equality through A, changes on mentality, and B, enhanced access to labor markets? A further question is, what is the main push factor for female students to become mobile? To what extent is it because of lack of opportunity in their home countries, as there are major differences between countries? And how should the Erasmus program respond to this? A general question is, how does the Erasmus Plus program relate to inclusion in relation to women and their social mobility, but also regarding non-cis men and people of other gender identities? Let us now turn into Erasmus Plus and the LGBTQIA Plus participants. In a survey with 8,340 students in the Social Inclusion and Engagement in Mobility project, only 2% of students indicate experiences with discrimination on exchange on the basis of sexual orientation. However, a more general study of the U.S. Agency of Fundamental Rights, published in 2024, indicates, for instance, that 36% of the respondents felt discriminated in everyday life, and that of respondents who had experienced bilateral harassment, 7% indicated the perpetrators to be someone from the school, college, or university. Higher education institutions collaborating in Erasmus exchanges, in fact, indicate the need for improving institutional readiness and capacity to deal with diversity and to enhance inclusiveness. There are few studies on sexual identity and Erasmus exchanges, but some of the studies available indicate that discrimination on the basis of sexual orientation, gender identity, gender expression, and sex characteristics may still be significant factors in higher education institutions, even if such discrimination seems to be slowly decreasing, as also shown in the Fundamental Rights Agency report.